Hi, hello, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Long time no see. I have not been active in a while. Put that there for now. All right. Okay, I can do this. I'm going to use this color. I'll use this brush. Oh, hi everybody. Hello. How's everybody doing? Sorry, I was just in my own world and then I looked up and I was like, oh, I have people here with me. Hello. Happy Monday. Let's see. I'm gonna, I did this one earlier in a live and then I took a couple hours break and now I'm coming back. This one's on a much bigger piece of paper. I have a couple of small ones that I'm going to work on and we'll see how they turn out. I have not done watercolor in a while, like strictly focused on it, so some of my pieces are turning out and others are not. We will, just take our time and figure out what happens. I'm also trying to keep things loose. I feel like watercolor is one way that I can kind of let go of the perfectionism that is like always screaming for attention. I both love and hate the unpredictability of the paint and how things dry. This one's way too blue. That's fine. Anybody else here work in watercolor? I also do digital painting. and gouache and acrylic. I mean, I try a lot of things. I've also done used some like dry sculpting clay and stuff like that on a couple of my lives. But I'd say digital art's my main, and secondary would be the watercolor. Hi, hello. Hello, hello. Then, let's see. Oh, thank you. Hi, welcome, welcome. And then once that's dried, I'll be able to bring up some of the elements up there. All right, to speed up this process, I'm going to use my little heating tool. I'm going to mute it so you guys don't have to listen to it, and just give me 1 sec. All right. Oh, thank you. I'm at the part of it where I'm like, I'm trying to just trust the process because I know that if I keep working at it, I can likely make something happen. I'm not in love with it right now, but I know I have to just keep pushing through, you know? Give me 1 second. My cat is scratching at the door. Hi, baby. You want out, boo-boo? There you go. Do you guys have anything you want to talk about? I know I'm really quiet, especially when I'm doing these types of art projects. I do tend to be more quiet because I very much feel very focused since I'm still trying to figure out how I want this to turn out. But if you guys give me something to talk about, I promise I can carry a conversation. Let's see, I've been writing a lot more recently. I love writing. How's your book coming along? Oh, I'm glad that you've been writing. That's awesome. My book is coming along well. I thought it was like done, and then I realized I wasn't, but I'm okay with that. I still have a goal of getting it like out and self-published this year. But I have added, so far I've added a couple more chapters. I'm trying to think how many chapters. So far I've added 3 chapters from a different character's perspective, because I just felt like we needed, when I get to the second book, we get inside of another character's head, and this character is just as important, and I had it from only the main character's perspective in all chapters except 2. And I was like, there needs more. So, and so far the people who have like seen those additional chapters have said that it adds so much more to understanding of like the characters and their relationship to each other. So that's good. So far that's good, because that's what I really wanted. I really wanted it to be clear and obvious why the characters were behaving the way that they were. You know, when you work on something for a long time, like I know why my characters are doing what they're doing. So sometimes it can be a little easy to miss when perhaps something's not coming through the way that you thought it would. So far, I like it better than before, and I've re-entered a point of being like excited again by it. Not to say that I wasn't excited before, but you know, when you work on like an art piece for a while, you're like, yeah, I've looked at this for a while now. Like I'm ready to move on to something else. But it's like re-excited me. So. Oh, thank you, thank you. How is your writing going? How are you feeling about it so far? I definitely know it depends on the day. Some days felt like really good, and then other days you're Thank goodness for like accountability buddies on days where you're feeling low. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is make this darker. We'll see. Just to sort of help, because right now it looks kind of flat. I don't know, again, sometimes my art pieces turn out and sometimes they don't. We'll discover that soon, because I'm getting to the point where I feel pretty much over this. We'll find out. I think it's going well. Slowed down a bit. Trying to figure out characters' family life, since the next chapter is about their backstory. It's definitely slowed down. I so feel that. If I may give just some unsolicited advice, if you can't at a certain point figure it out, just start writing it, even if it's wrong, because it'll start sparking things. Guess I'll do this. I'm trying not to hate this piece, but I am, and that's okay. And if you want to hate it with me, the more the merrier. I won't be offended. That's what I've been trying with the character, more mystical character, and it's so hard to think things that fit the character design personality. There is a book called The Emotional Wounds Thesaurus. And I found that really, really helpful in figuring out the type of wounds or trauma, difficulty that could make my character end up being who they are by the end of the book, and also throughout the book, right? Because they are somebody when they start. That book did help a lot in discovering more about my character. It is this one. And okay, get one more thing. Sorry, that was loud. I did not anticipate that being loud. All right. I don't know if you guys can even tell. I'm losing the light here. But it's got like a little bit of silver. Hi, hello. They have another book that's also really, I mean, they have a couple, but they have another one from like a similar series. It's called, it's not The Emotional Wounds Thesaurus, where it's like the psychological trauma of your character. It's The Emotions Thesaurus. And I feel like that one's really helpful, especially if you get stuck trying to convey similar emotions throughout the entire book, because you can like they come out like they have these lists of how these emotions might be expressed internally, externally, and it's neat because if you have like, you know, a male versus a female character, or a character that might have difficulty expressing themselves versus one that's more expressive, there's just all these different examples of ways to express the same emotion and how it might be uniquely different to each character, because they are, you know, unique. You know, not every character is going to express anger by punching a wall. Some might, but not all. So anyways, that's also a really good book by them. Okay, I like, okay, with the silver on it, I'm starting to like it a bit more. I hear ya. I have not done a live, I think, since January. And then before that, it's just been, yeah, very infrequent. I had like between the holidays, then my kids were tracked out of school on break. And then they went back to school, what was supposed to be for 3 weeks before another break, because they're in like a year-round strange school system. I'm not complaining. I like the school, I like the system, but it is just not like a typical school year calendar. So they had like 3 weeks on, only to have 3 more weeks off. And during the 3 weeks on, one of them got sick. And then we had a couple of snow days, and I was like, oh my God, they're never gonna go back. like, I love my children, but also I want to, like, work on my business. But one of us has to be with them. And my husband has a much more consistent job than I do. So he takes care of that while I take care of them. And then he comes home and still takes care of them. Okay, let's see. I think I'll put silver on that one and then call it a day. Okay. I think the only other thing that's really gonna bother me is this like corner right here, so I'm just gonna, it's not a corner, edge. And let's try. Okay, I'm going to flip this and paint on this next. Let me see. All right. I would like, I'm going to attempt to use similar colors, but hopefully I do it better this time. I'm also going to try and keep it looser. We'll find out if I can do that or not. All right, so I'm going to start out with like a general shape where I will be putting layers on top. Hi, hey, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Long time no see. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to grab this and Have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. You know, I do have to say, like, I'm not using this as like an excuse, but I do feel like I'm struggling a little bit. I have the air on, and I feel like it's just drying it way too fast for me. But that's just like a note to self for the future. I'm not allowed to do that. That also just means this is an opportunity for me to adapt and learn. Okay, do this one. Oh, the cat is back. Hello, darling. Hi. Yeah, did you go exploring? Yeah. Yeah. You got a good little bark. Hi. Yeah. Oh, hi, baby. I have to make sure that I dump out my painting water because otherwise she thinks it's for her. And it doesn't matter that it's a different color. Going back out already, baby? Yeah. Hi. Yeah. There you go. Cats may have different personalities, but most of them have this one thing in common: the need for a door to be opened at all times. All times. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if they're lavender, but that's what I was thinking of. Like, I don't think lavender exactly looks like this, but lavender has like similar make and model. I don't even know if this is a real flower. I'm just kind of making it up as I go. But yes. I know there's different types of lavender though, so I'll probably look up lavender later. It'll be my new fixation for the week. Wait for that to dry before I add more color back in. And I'm going to real quick dry it, and then I'll add last details, so give me 1 sec. Right, and let's try. All right, so there's that, and now I'm going to work on this bookmark real quick and then call it a night. Because I am definitely losing the light here. Let's see if this help at all. A little. Sorry. I have. It's been a long time since I've done that. It was actually one of my like required projects in one of my college courses. That was a long time ago, but I remember doing that. I did a Kingdom Hearts one. And I got an A on it because it was so intricate. I think I need just a little bit darker color there, and then I'm just gonna call it a night. I'll untape them so we can see what they look like untaped, but other than that. feel like I overpainted this one, but it is what it is now. I can try lifting some. All right. Okay, so while this one's still warm, peel off this tape. And because I like to experiment, I also have some on the back from earlier. So I try not to waste any paper while I'm still like learning watercolor. So this one is probably one of the few ones that I will not paint something on the back. I will probably keep it as is. All right, and then this one. Okay, so there's this one. And then, sorry. And this one. I think of the pieces, this one's my favorite from this evening. Oh, this was the other one, but I think this one's my favorite. I think probably because I'm very much in like a salmon color mood anyways. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me this evening or afternoon or night, depending on where you are. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.